Hey, Russell Hotel's going live just for a couple minutes. You guys know how I do it. Today is what is today? Today is Thursday, December 11th. You know what? Countdown to the holidays, to Christmas. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then ultimately New Year's, right? So yeah, we're there, right? We're almost there. But anyway, hope you guys are doing well. I did say happy Thursday, right? So this is the daily check-in with Russell of Hotels, live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and IG. IG, that means Instagram for people that not as cool as I am. But oh boy, anyway, there you go. So anyway, hope you guys are I said that like 3 times already. The chat is open, so feel free to make comments. It's all about engagement. It's all about like let me know that you're there so the whole world can know that you're there because I'll put your comments on the screen in real time so the whole world can see. And if I know who you are, there may be a story about you. I don't know. There may be something. It's all good, right? It's all good. This is not meant to, put people on the spot and all that kind of stuff. It's just meant to elevate brands, right? That's what I try to do. Of course, I'm, first and foremost, I'm trying to elevate my own brand. But if anybody happens to come on, like say you make a comment, and like I said, I know who you, even if I don't know who you are, if your name appears, I'm going to mention your name, right? And it's going to be on the screen, whatever your comments are. So even if it's just hello, the least I can do is, give you a shout out. So there you go. So it's all about engagement. I encourage engagement. So feel free, like I said, during the show, this won't be long, hopefully about 25 minutes, and we'll be off and moving because, I got another one to do tomorrow. So, but anyway, so anytime I do one of these shows, I always showcase a hotel. And I think today I'm showcasing the same hotel I showcased yesterday, which was the Ambrose Hotel in Santa Monica. I just love this hotel, not because I know someone that works there, but because I think it's just one of those cool boutique kind of hotels. And I love boutique-ish, smaller kind of hotels. But anyway, you'll decide for yourself. That's up to you. It's up to you. And anytime I do one of these shows, I always have a topic. For the most part, I have a topic. And today's topic has already been put on to my blog at russellofhotels.com. So yesterday, I think when I did my in fact, there you go, blog information right there. Boom. My blog is at russellofhotels.com. So anything that I talk about topic wise will be on there. So you don't have to worry about writing things down or committing them to memory, right? Like, oh my God, what did he say about that again? No, it's on the blog. And yesterday I made a mistake. I didn't make a mistake. Well, I failed to put it on there yesterday. So it's there now. So yesterday's topic is on there now. So just go to my blog, russellofhotels.com. It's there. Hit the drop down. It's a blog drop down. Just hit it and go bing. It'll go bing. You'd be like, oh my God, he's right. It did bing. And anyway, if you don't follow me on YouTube, please do so. I have a YouTube channel, and it's at Russell of Hotels. And the same thing, if you subscribe to the channel, you will get a bing as well, right? You'll get a notification when I do go live because that's important, right? It's important that people know when you go live, not just me, just people in general, right? People that have YouTube channels or whatever. So if you don't follow me, LinkedIn, whatever, please do so. I would appreciate it. And I said I was supposed to be live on Instagram, but hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Maybe I am. Okay. I don't know why it keeps rewinding that. I don't know. But anyway, supposed to be live on IG as well. So if I am, please say something. What's going on? Peace. Something. Something. Okay. So anyway, I'm live in LA. It's another beautiful day here. I don't know if is this the calm before the storm, right? Because normally in December it does rain, right? Especially when you get closer to the holidays. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case this year, but normally it does rain around the holidays. So I don't know. Like I said, it's been beautiful. The weather. In fact, I get my walk on in the late morning, early afternoon. Put in my 2 miles, try to get my 10,000 steps in. Normally I get close to it. If I don't achieve it, I get close to it. So I did about 2.5 miles today and, throughout the neighborhood. and just a beautiful day. In fact, I wear a hat because it's sunny, right? I don't want to get a tan, right? I'm trying to, stay away from that stuff. But yeah, so it's just a beautiful day in the 70s, probably 70 at the high, and probably right now it's in the 60s. I would say between 66, 67 degrees, somewhere around there. But just a beautiful day, just one of those picture perfect, Chamber of Commerce, LACVB kind of days, right? Like the Convention and Visitors Bureau, like come to Los Angeles, it's always, 70 degrees, always perfect weather. Well, it's been like that. So cannot complain. So real quick, let me just show you the photos I have of the Ambrose. So once again, Ambrose Hotel is located in Santa Monica, 77 rooms. It's a boutique hotel, not that old. I can't remember when it was built, but definitely, and it's owned by a woman, right? So there you go. That's what I'm talking about, right? So if you're into like women-owned things, or that, hey, this is a hotel, right? And it's like I said, it's very nice, quaint, cute. I don't know if that's a word that I normally would use. Cute. It's kind of cutesy. It's quaint. It's nice. And the location is good too. So it's not in a real busy location. So if you've ever been to Santa Monica, we know that Ocean Boulevard is probably the busiest part of Santa Monica. That's where a lot of the hotels are. That's where the beach is. That's where the pier is. The Ferris wheel. All that's on Ocean Boulevard. Well, this is away from there, so you don't get caught up in all the touristy things, or too many crowds, because I wouldn't want to be over there. I mean, I go there to hang out and people watch and stuff like that. But this hotel, the Ambrose, is away from there, so it's a couple blocks from there, and it's more in a residential area. So you're not going to get a lot of the crowds that you would get over there. But there's restaurants over here as well. So, but probably like more stores. Like I think there's like a Whole Foods down the street and stuff like that. So it just depends on, I guess, what your flavor is for a hotel, right? Or the location, right? But I would prefer this location over the Ocean Boulevard location, because it's just too much going on. And guess what? The rates are higher on Ocean Boulevard than they are over here, okay, at this hotel. So there you go. Although it's only 77 rooms, but it's cute and it's quaint, right? And you don't have to compete with a lot of people. So I'm all for that. So that was I'm sorry, I just passed through there. That's kind of like their they call this a library area. There's like two sides of this where there's books everywhere. So you can sit there and, read your book like you're in a library. Okay. So, and this is kind of the living room area. This overlooks and opens up into their patio, which is kind of a garden. And well, not kind of a garden, it is a garden. Beautiful out there as well. One of the guest rooms, I always want to make sure I know, do they have double doubles, or are they double queens? These are double doubles. So it's two double sized beds. Some rooms, depending on the size, they have double queens in the room. Well, this is queen, meaning two queen size beds, right? Well, these are two doubles. I know I didn't have to explain that to everybody, right? But you got it. You got what I'm saying. Working desk, of course. Always got to have a working desk, right? If you're going to do some work. This is a king bedded room, and the working desk over there in the corner, TV right there. A room, nice room, can't complain. Front desk area or desk area, just really small. You walk in and you're greeted by, two people at the desk, and they check you in and send you on your way. And then this in the morning, this is like the breakfast area, because from what I understand, I believe that your rate does include breakfast. So whatever you pay on the rate, whatever your rate is for that night, you get breakfast in the morning. And then in the evening, this bar is a bar. So it opens for happy hour. So you got, wine, and I think just wine and beer, if I'm not mistaken. And maybe, some appetizers or some hors d'oeuvres, things like that. Do they have vegan? I don't know if they have vegan or not. I haven't been there. I know someone just asked me, like, they have vegan? What about vegan food? Well, they don't have their own restaurant. The restaurant that they utilize is across the street, right? So they have a contract with the restaurant across the street that will deliver things, and you can go over there and eat or whatever. And I'm not sure if they have vegan options, but that's a good question, whoever asked that, because I'm all about the vegan stuff, all about the non-meat eats. And this is their boardroom, only one meeting room in the hotel, and this is it, right? So it's a boardroom. I think it seats maybe 13, 14 people, something like that. 13 would be an odd number. Let's say 14 people. It seats like 14 people. So ideal for your, those board meetings. Just want to get out. You got a team of 7 people. You want to come out and spread out all your stuff. We got to go through this budget. We're going to get this thing done. Well, this is the place to do it. So if you have a company in the area, or maybe it's not an area, maybe you just want to get away from where you are and have a meeting here in Santa Monica at the Ambrose. Why not? Can you think of any other place to do that? And you won't have to compete with any other groups or anything like that, because there's only one meeting room there, and this is it. So no competition at all. So, okay, real quick. Boom, we got a topic for today. We got a topic. Didn't I say that? Okay, so let's see. What's the topic? Your reputation is working even when you're not. Oh my goodness, I think that's a good one, Russell. Okay, hold on one second. And remember, this is already on my blog, so feel free to just go to the blog, and you don't have to, write anything down. You just go to the blog, and all the information is there. Everything I'm going to mention is there already. And I'm just setting up my iPad, which I didn't do before. So please forgive the noise that you just heard. Once again, we're live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and IG. That's Instagram. So, and Twitch. I don't use Twitch. I mean, I was introduced to it by the professor, Amani Roberts, right, some time ago. But with the Restream that I use, this platform that I use, I'm able to, I guess, is it called transmitting, or I'm able to transmit this show to 5 different platforms, right? So IG, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So that's 5, right? So I'm able to, transmit. Is that what it's called? It's called some stream. Damn, I'm like transmitting. You don't transmit anything, you stream. Okay, remember that, it's streaming. So I'm able to stream to 5 different platforms. Actually, I can do 6, right? But TikTok didn't allow me to do it. TikTok suspended me. They said I'm using content that they don't approve of. I'm like, what? I'm doing a live talking about hotels and you don't approve of it? So so they told me I had to reapply after 6 days. So they suspended me for 6 days. And then when I went back to look at it just before the show, it told me you have to reapply. So meaning just go in there and answer some questions, and there you go. I don't know why I got suspended. That doesn't make sense, but it ain't the first time that a platform has suspended me. Okay, so even LinkedIn suspended me. It's been some time, some years ago, but yeah, they suspended me too. I'm like, what the heck? Anyway, you know what? If you ain't popping, if no one's suspending you, that means you're not popping. Okay, that means you ain't got nothing going on. So if that's what it takes to get to here, then that's fine. Okay, so suspend me and just reinstate me after the time is up, right? So 6 days, I just haven't reapplied, so I'll reapply for TikTok and then go from there. But anyway, there you go. So real quick, your reputation is not working. I mean, your reputation is working even when you're not. That's the topic, number 1. And we're going to try to make these as fast as possible. And number 1, every interaction leaves a digital footprint. Oh, before I get to that, in hospitality, your reputation often arrives long before you do. People talk, people share, and people remember how you made them feel. Whether you're actively working or taking a day off, your brand is still out there influencing decisions, okay? Shaping perceptions and opening or closing doors. That's why you show up today. That's why how you show up today impacts the opportunities you receive tomorrow. So I always make sure I post. It doesn't matter the day I'm going to post. So if it's Monday through Friday, for the most part, I'm going to post, excluding maybe some holidays like Christmas Day. If it's during the week, I'm not going to post. I probably won't post anything other than happy holidays or Merry Christmas, or maybe I'll do that before that, right? But you don't have to, people are like, oh, I got to take a day off. Well, no, because that's when time that those are the times when the whole world is taking a day off. That's the time when people spend more time on social media. During holidays, people spend more because people don't have lives. People spend more time on social media. So make sure you're taking advantage of that, right? We think it's a holiday. Yeah, it's a holiday for you going into the office and working, but it's not a holiday for people to be scrolling through TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, right? People want to know what's going on. People want to know, oh, who got what for Christmas, and the kids and all these and that, this and that. But anyway, you just slip something in there like, hey, Russell Hotels is at the Ambrose Hotel in Santa Monica, so people see that stuff. So it's important to do it when the whole world may be not working, but that doesn't mean you don't have to work, right? That means marketing never sleeps. Marketing and branding, it doesn't sleep, right? It continues on. So my job is to make sure um, I'm staying, top of mind with people, and the brands I represent are there as well. Just like I just, showcased the Ambrose Hotel. You may not have heard of it. Maybe you are looking for someone out there saying, you know what, I'm going to Santa Monica and I've never stayed at the hotel before. I never even heard of it before. Maybe I'll check it out. It's a small hotel. I'm going by myself. I don't want to be around a lot of people. I just want to get away from it all, right? Maybe for a couple of days. Well, this is the right place to do that, right? So there you go. So my job is to uplift as many brands as I can. And if the Ambrose is the one up, then there you go. I'm trying to uplift the brand because, like I said, everybody does not know that hotel exists. All right. So there you go. There you go. So that was the intro. Okay. So number one, every interaction leaves a digital footprint. Your online presence is working even when you're offline. Examples of that, and these are examples that will be, to me, a GM, a general manager you met months ago, sees your new daily check-in on LinkedIn and thinks, hey, we should partner with Russell on our next group, because they know I do groups, right? They know I elevate groups, or I bring groups in. I do hotel site selection, and hotel site selection means I represent companies that have group business. So that's 10 rooms or more is considered a group, right? So maybe they may want to partner with me. Okay, that's fine. That's good. Another example would be a CVB rep shares your site tour video internally, introducing you to people you've never met. So yeah, so when people share your stuff, that's putting your reputation out there. That's putting your work out there, even though you didn't send it to them. You sent it to someone else that happened to see it, but they forwarded it or shared it with someone else, and that's what you want. That's the sign of just the ultimate respect, or somebody just loves your content when they share it with you. Just and you don't know about it until you see it, like, oh my God, so and so shared my video or shared my live. I mean, this is great. And another example would be a hotel sales manager revisits your email thread and is impressed by your professionalism and clarity. So yeah, so those things go a long way. When I always tell people, you are the brand, okay? It's not the hotel that's going to be professional, okay? The hotel is a building, okay? The hotel has no feelings, okay? It may look nice, it may be well appointed, like they say, right? But it's not going to show you hospitality. Only a person can show you hospitality, right? So if I'm out there being a jerk to everybody, well, do you think that reputation would go further, right? But it'd be further in a negative way. And that's not what you want as a business owner, right? So you want to make sure that you're always professional. You're always, doing the right thing and staying above board, if you will, right? So a hotel sales manager revisits your email thread and is impressed by your professionalism and clarity. That's great. So your digital footprint extends your influence 24/7. So there you go. So regardless, if I do this live and then I go to sleep for the rest of the day, right? Well, someone's going to be looking at my digital footprint. They're going to look at this last video that I posted, like, oh my God, okay, there's some good information. Let me go to his blog and check it out, right? So that's what I'm talking about. So every interaction leaves a digital footprint. Number two, Number two. What is number two? How you treat people becomes part of your brand story. Remember, you're the one that you're the person that treats people a certain way, not the hotel. The hotel or the destination that you represent does not treat anybody anyway, right? A hotel's a building. Okay. So we sometimes we get, oh, well, I get great hospitality from the hotel that I stayed in. No, you didn't get hospitality from the hotel. You got hospitality from the people that work there. Okay. So let's remember that hospitality is built on relationships, and people talk. They talk either good or bad about you, right? Especially about good experiences. Yeah, but they, if there's some bad stuff, they believe me, they're gonna talk about that too. Examples of that. A planner tells another planner that you're the easiest person to work with in site selection. Oh, I hope so. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. A hotel partner mentions in a meeting, Russell always follows up and makes things simple for us. Man, I love that when a client says that. And the next one says, someone you helped years ago refers a new client because they remember how you made them feel valued. Wow, that's great. Just so happened, I got a quick story, right? Just so happens 2 days ago, I get this text message. Oh no, it was an email. I mean, it was a voice message. So I don't answer every phone call that comes through, because especially if I don't know who it is, I don't answer them because a lot of time it's spam or whatever. So I get this one phone call, I let it go to voicemail, and you know how you can read the message, right? So I read it, and it says basically, "Hi, my name is whatever her name is, and I was referred to you by Miss Summers, right? And Miss Summers happens to be a client of mine, a longtime client of mine that I met through someone else years ago, and I probably booked probably 3 to 5 meetings for her a year. Okay, 3 to 5 a year. And she said I was referred to you by Miss Summers, right? So right there tells me that I do such a good job for Miss Summers that she has, referred me to someone that needed, help with some rooms. So I called her, and she's at the end of her rope, right? So she needs rooms. Guess when she needs them? She needs them in January. Okay, I need them in January. I know. I wait till the last minute. I said, don't worry, we'll get it done. And I told her the process of what, because she goes, how does this work? And she's like all frazzled and everything. I'm like, just first of all, let's take a deep breath, okay? And we'll get through this. So I wasn't that calm, but anyway, so basically, she has a group going to, let's say, to Miami, right? And I said, okay, well, I went through the process of what I do as far as forming an RFP and all that kind of stuff. I won't bore you with all that, but I went through the whole process. And she goes, and that's it. And I said, yeah. So once I get the responses, I will send you the responses in a PDF form, and you'll be. I need your email address because it'll come in a PDF form. You just go and look at the hotels. You're going to see the rates. If you want to click on the link, and you can see the hotel, what it looks like and all that, and then we can go from there. And then you call me and tell me, or email me and let me know which hotel you would like to pursue, and we'll go from there. And a lot of times I'll try to negotiate even a better rate than the rate that they offered initially. She goes, "Oh my God, that would be great." So I told her when I would do it. I said, I'm doing it tonight. And I said, by Friday, you'll have the information. And I'm still getting information in because I actually gave the hotels till Friday to give me the information. So probably midday on Friday, I'll send her over the PDF, and she can go through it, and hopefully she, decides by like Monday where she wants her group to stay, and we go from there. So that's how it works, right? So if I wasn't doing a good job for Miss Summers, if you think I'll be getting any referrals, probably not. So it's important that we do that. So number 3 is the last one. Your professionalism builds momentum behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. Consistency and excellence compound over time. Remember that. Event organizers see your live stream interviews from North Star and immediately view you as a trusted voice in hospitality. Okay, I like that. So remember, your professionalism builds momentum behind the scenes. So you don't know who's looking at your stuff, right? Behind the scenes, you don't know who sees your feed, your live streams, your daily check-ins on air with Russell of Hotels, or any of the other lives that you do, right? So you always have to be, you know how they say you always have to be on, you're on stage, right? You remember you're on stage, so you have to, not necessarily be perfect, but you want to be saying the right things. You want to be saying anything off color and all that kind of stuff. Anything that can tarnish your brand, you don't want to do that, right? So, I mean, even I have to check myself of some of the things that I say, right? But I want to make sure it's on brand, right? Whatever I'm doing, it's on brand. It's something that I would say as the owner of Russell of Hotels, right? I'm not out there cussing people out and all this and that, and screw this, all that. No, I'm not doing all that, right? Because your brand, you only got one brand, right? You only have one brand, people. Okay. So, and just remember, the brand is you. Okay. The brand is you. So, okay, where was I? Consistency and excellent compound over time. Event organizers see your live stream interviews from North Star. Remember, I did some had some conversations with people at a North Star event. I think it was Destination Southeast in outside of Miami, and we did that. And immediately view you as a trusted voice in hospitality. Okay, I like that, right? Hotels notice your continuous presence online and begin keeping you top of mind for group opportunities. That would be great. I would love that, right? A DMO you met at IMAX watches your follow up content and considers inviting you for a FAM or partnership. You never know what's going to happen. You never know who's going to see what you're doing and what they're going to need from you. Okay. Or what ideas are going on in their head. Like, oh my God, he would be good to do this. Oh my God, I have a group that, they don't know what they're doing and they don't know about contracts. They never did something at a hotel. Let me get in touch with that person. Or someone that maybe just got out of college and like, hey, this Russell, I like to meet him because maybe he can be a mentor to me because he has, 30 years of experience in hotels and I'm just coming out of college and I don't know the direction I should go, or maybe he can make some suggestions. I mean, you just never know who you're going to come across once you put things out there. Okay. So that's why I continuously put things out there, is because it's not about the people that know you or know what you do. It's about the people who don't know who you are or don't know what you do. Okay, so that's why I constantly do daily check-in. Daily check-in goes Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's 4 days, right? Then, as if 4 days wasn't enough, I do the on air with Russell of Hotels, which is every Tuesday. So that's 5 days a week that I'm doing something, but I'm doing it on purpose, right? It's intentional. It's not like I just happened to do it and just it was a mistake and somebody just happened to see it. No, it's intentional. I intentionally do these things, right? So we have to do these things because we never know who's watching us, and we never know who needs your help, right? So always let people know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. There you go. All right. So that was 3. There you go. So the topic today was, I'll just go through it real quick. The topic was, your reputation is working even when you're not. Remember, these are on my blog. Number 1 was, every interaction leaves a digital footprint. Number 2 was, how you treat people becomes part of your brand story. And number 3, your professionalism builds momentum behind the scenes. There you go. So once again, check out if you have any questions at all. I'm Russell L. Edmond. My email is russell@russellofhotels.com. This was the daily check-in, or this still is. I'm still here. Daily check-in with Russell. That's once again my email there. And I did mention my blog. Didn't I mention the blog? The blog, once again, just go to russellofhotels.com. Did you get the common theme here? Russell of Hotels. Everything is Russell of Hotels. Okay, that's the common theme here. So go to my blog. This information is there along with previous information about previous daily check-ins or on air with Russell of Hotels that I've done. And just check out the entire website, because there's a lot of good information there too, right? So you may not have been there before, and it's a work in progress. So I update things almost on a daily basis on there. And if you don't follow me on certain platforms like IG, YouTube, and LinkedIn, please do so. Russell of Hotels at Russell of Hotels or Russell L. Edmonds. So if you go to LinkedIn and you don't follow me on LinkedIn, that's fine. Just find Russell L. Edmond on LinkedIn and connect with me. And I always reconnect with everyone, right? Until you send me something that's, I know you're selling something and you don't care about what I'm doing or what I said. And you're just like, hey, you want to buy this? Hey, we're offering this. Hey, where have you been? I miss you. Call me. Where'd that come from? But anyway, just if you're too legit to quit, and you just want to connect with me and start up a conversation, that's fine. I'm good with that on LinkedIn. So feel free and make sure leave LinkedIn, keep LinkedIn. Okay, we don't need Facebook on LinkedIn, just like we don't need LinkedIn on Facebook. Okay, so let's just keep LinkedIn. Okay, so you guys know what I'm talking about. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. So let's see what else. There you go. And next Tuesday, I got another guest on coming up next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is On Air with Russell of Hotels. You know, that live hospitality talk show. So it'll be show number 323, I believe. And Mr. Jim Schichter, as you can see right here. Boom. Mr. Jim Schichter will be, he's ready, right? He's in a batter's box right now, okay? He's ready to come up and take his swings. So he's a CEO of Wrigleyville Management, an asset management company. What the heck is asset management, okay? Why do we need to manage someone's assets? I don't know, but we're going to find out. Well, of course, it has to do with hotels, right? So, and Jim, I used to work for Jim some years ago, right? So, of course, we'll have that conversation as well, okay? So that's going to be worth the price of admission alone, just having that conversation. Okay, so it's gonna be good. So make sure you're there. That's next Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, and it's 1:00 on the same platform. So and that's LinkedIn, YouTube, IG, Facebook, Twitch, and did I say LinkedIn? I don't know. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. So there you go. I think that is it. So thanks again, Jim, for agreeing to come on. Appreciate you. And I think that is it for today. Okay. So I try to keep these things under 25 minutes, but I'm like at 32. Where'd the time go? Anyway, that is it. You guys have a great day. Remember, tomorrow I do this again. It's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for the daily check-in. So until tomorrow, have a great day. And as always,